What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the MaddenBallerz YouTube channel and our Georgia State Dynasty Year 6 Week 1 is finally here. So glad to be back with some Georgia State Dynasty on the channel. Week 1 we're going to be facing off against the Marshall Herd at home, but first we're going to take a look at the conference outlook, specifically the Sun Division, and they are predicting Georgia State to finish second. We hope we finish first though and get back to the Sun Belt Championship game and go to a bowl game this year. We will find out what happens in Week 1 next.
By Nissan, innovation that excites. We're checking it.
Georgia State will get Week 1 started by kicking off, and we are underway here. The opening kickoff goes to the end zone, and Hill is going to down it there for the Marshall Thundering Herd, and they will start at their own 20. First and 10. Payne is going to hand off to McNamara here, and he's going to go for 6 yards on the ground on the opening handoff. Second down and 4 now for Marshall. A quick pass to Dallas Carter, who breaks a tackle, has the first down, and rolls over another defender before getting taken down at the 46. Third down and 1 now for Marshall. And Payne's going to keep it himself on the read option and break a tackle. He's got the first down and more inside Panther territory, stiff-arming his way down to the 19, a 26-yard gain. First and 10 now for Marshall. Payne keeps it again on the read option up the middle, and he's going to gain 8 yards on the play. It's second down and 2 now for the Thundering Herd. Payne back to pass this time, and he is going to fire to the end zone, and it's caught by Jason McCray for 9 yards down at the 2. First and goal to go. Payne will keep it on the read option, and he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. I'm not sure why he didn't just cut it up into the end zone, but it's second and goal now. Payne will hand off to McNamara there, and he will go into the end zone untouched for 2 yards and a touchdown, and the Thundering Herd are on top 7-0. The ensuing kickoff here, new kick returner Everson here takes it out of the end zone past the 10, past the 20, knocked out of bounds at the 26-yard line, and Josh Everson has a 30-yard return. Marcus Jackson, the impact player of the game here for Georgia State, as he is our leading receiver from the last couple years. Steve Smith is your new quarterback for Georgia State, as his first pass goes over the middle for 10 yards to David Bailey. Smith, the redshirt freshman, this is his first start. Handoff to Lamont George, who was injured most of last year. As you can see, he only had 368 yards on the ground on 104 rushes and 4 touchdowns. First and 10 now up at midfield. Steve Smith back to pass, firing deep for Donald Clark there, and he has the 19-yard reception. That tight end was our top recruit a few years back and has not lived up to that top recruit billing, as this handoff on second and 4 goes to Lamont George up the middle for 8 yards and a first down. It's first and 10 now. Smith under center. He'll drop back to pass, and a quick pass to Mark Moore. Gets in the end zone for a 16-yard touchdown, and Steve Smith opens up 4 for 4, 51 yards and a touchdown on his opening drive for Georgia State as a redshirt freshman. The Herd take over now after that touchdown, tied at 7. This pass goes for a first down, and a face mask penalty at the end will give the Herd the ball in Panther territory. First and 10. Handoff goes to McNamara here, and he's going to elude some defenders down inside the 20 here, down to the 16, a 24-yard gain for McNamara. First and 10 now. Payne's going to hand off to McNamara again, and again he's going to have the first down and more, down to the 1-yard line. He has 82 yards so far, Marshall does on the ground. First and goal. Payne's going to toss it out to McNamara, and he will be stopped for a 5-yard loss on the play. And he'll bring up second down and goal for Marshall. Out of the shotgun here, Payne back to pass, looking, firing to the end zone, and it's caught by the defender. Jerome Schroeder for Georgia State gets the interception there. As you look at the replay, a nice play, and Georgia State takes over. Tied at 7, Smith back to pass on 2nd and 8. He'll fire over the middle to Marcus Jackson, our top receiver, for 9 yards. 3rd down and 1 now for Georgia State here. And the handoff goes to Mark Culver up the middle. He will go for 8 yards and a first down. And at the end of one quarter, Georgia State and Marshall are tied at 7. Georgia State continuing to drive here to start the second quarter at 2nd and 9. Smith back to pass here. He's going to fire deep, and this one's caught by Marcus Jackson. He's down to the 25-yard line, a 26-yard gain. 1st and 10 now. Smith under center, dropping back to pass once again, looking. He fires. He hits David Bailey for 13 yards and a first down. Another 1st and 10 here out of the shotgun. Smith will look to pass. He dumps it off to Marcus Jackson, and he makes his way into the end zone for the 12-yard touchdown. And Steve Smith, 8 for 8, 111 yards and 2 touchdowns in his Georgia State debut, along with an interception, though. 3rd and 7 now as Marshall takes over. This pass goes to McNamara, but he cannot hang on, and they would have to punt here. Georgia State takes over. 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line here. Smith back to pass, firing deep, and it's picked off by Albert here for Marshall. He takes that one back to Georgia State territory, and that's where Doug Payne and McNamara and the Marshall Thundering Herd will take over as McNamara gets the handoff and a big gain, 16 yards on the ground there for McNamara. It's 1st and 10 now. Payne will keep this one himself on the read option. He's down inside the 20, 1st down and more, taken down at the 16-yard line. It's 1st and 5 here for Marshall, and Payne's going to keep it on the triple option here. He has the 1st down, but he pitches it backwards here to his running back, and it's picked up by Meyer of Georgia State as we look at the slow motion replay here. I don't know what Payne was thinking here. He would have had the 1st down, but he decided to pitch it backwards instead, and that is a live ball. And I didn't think we were going to get to this, but Meyer gets in there, and he gets the turnover for Georgia State. And we take over here, 1st and 10. Smith back to pass. He's pressured, and he's going to be sacked for a 10-yard loss. It's going to set up a 3rd and 12 eventually here for Georgia State. Smith out of the shotgun here, looking, firing to the sideline, and it's caught by Trevor Phillips for 12 yards, just short of the 1st down, and on 4th and inches. Even though we're at our own 30-yard line, we are going to go for it. Handoff goes to Culver up the middle for 6 yards, and a 1st down for Georgia State, keeping this drive alive. 3rd and 10 now. Smith back to pass, pressured, throws this one to Marcus Jackson, who makes a nice grab over 2 defenders for the 1st down. And Georgia State has something going here on 1st and 10 in Thundering Herd territory. This pass goes to Mark Moore, and he eludes a defender and down inside the 20 there. 1st and goal now for Georgia State with just over 2 minutes to go. Smith looking, he's scrambling out of the pocket to the left. He's running, and he has to throw this one away. And you can see he has 178 yards passing so far in this first half. 2nd down and goal now. Smith looking, and he's going to fire, and it's intercepted by Lawson. Lawson's going to take this one only to the 4. And turnover city here, each team with 2 turnovers in the first half as Payne hands off to McNamara here on 3rd down, and that'll be a loss of 2 yards. And they will have to punt here from in their own end zone here. Trevor Phillips back to take this punt, and he is going to cut this one outside, then back in and get inside the 30. With a minute to go, Georgia State takes over in Marshall territory. Smith back to pass, and he's going to hit Mark Moore down the middle, inside the 5, a 27-yard gain. And on 1st and goal here, Smith is going to hand off to George, and George is just going to break that plane of the end zone and get the touchdown and put Georgia State up 21-7. That's a new record for Lamont George, touchdowns in a career. It's 21-7, Georgia State at halftime. Georgia State's going to get the ball to start the second half with a 2-touchdown lead. Steve Smith on 2nd and 2 will hand off to Lamont George. He's going to break a couple tackles and make it to midfield. A big gain for Lamont George is going to set up a 1st and 10. Halftime stats here, Georgia State, 205 passing yards, 58 rushes. Pretty even, though, in this game besides the passing yards here. Marshall leading in the rushing category there. 2nd and 8 now. Smith back to pass. He's going to hit Donald Clark again over the middle for an 11-yard gain and a 1st down. Very next play here, Smith will hand off to Lamont George. He'll cut it outside and get some good blocking ahead of him. Inside the 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Lamont George, 36 yards on the ground, getting his second touchdown of the day and putting Georgia State up by 3 touchdowns as Marshall takes over 2nd and 2. Hand off to McNamara here. He has the first down and more. Past the 40, taken down at the 41. 1st and 10 now. Payne out of the shotgun here. Fakes, throws off his back foot as jumping in the air, and Howard Berry makes a nice leaping catch in Georgia State territory here now. 1st and 10. Payne back to pass. He's going to fire this one deep, and Jerome Schroeder jumps in front and makes the deflection. 2nd down and 10 now for Marshall. Payne back to pass, and he's going to hit Howard Berry over the middle. And at the end of that play, it's a 1st down, but there's a flag on the play, and we have roughing the passer. Are you kidding me? They have the ball inside the 5 now, down at the 1. Payne will hand off to McNamara, and he will go in untouched into the end zone for the touchdown. And this one is not over yet, folks. 28-14, Georgia State. 2nd down and 1 as the Panthers take over. Handoff to Lamont George. He will go forward for 8 yards and a 1st down. 2nd down and 10 now for Georgia State here. Smith from under center looking to pass. He's going to fire and hit Marcus Jackson at midfield. He's down to the Marshall 48. 1st down and 10 now for Georgia State. Smith back to pass once again. He's going to scramble, and he will be pressured and sacked for an 11-yard loss on the play. 2nd down and 21. Handoff from Smith to George. Up the middle, he's going, and he's going to end up gaining 17 yards back. 3rd down and 4 now for Georgia State. Smith is going to keep it on the read option. He has the 1st down and much more. Down inside the 20, a 22-yard gain. 2nd down and 9 for the Panthers. Smith back to pass. He's been doing good all day. This one hits Marcus Jackson in the hands, and he has a 1st down at the 6. 1st down and goal to go now. Smith hands off to Mark Culver up the middle. He will make it down to the 2. And it's 2nd down and goal now for Georgia State. 3rd and goal later on here. Smith out of the shotgun, looking, firing to the end zone, and caught by Marcus Jackson in traffic. A 5-yard touchdown reception. Smith's 3rd touchdown pass of the day. And he is on fire in his first game as the Georgia State starter. Marshall takes over here. This pass in 2nd and 17 goes to Dallas Carter for 28 yards and a 1st down. At the end of 3 quarters, Georgia State is on top, 35-14.
Into the 3rd quarter, the Panthers with a 3-touchdown advantage.
Marshall trying to come back from a 3-touchdown deficit here to start the 4th quarter. Driving, Doug Payne back to pass, and he's going to hit Justin Roach over the middle for the 1st down into Panther territory. 1st and 10 now. Payne back to pass once again, having a hard time finding anybody, but he lobs it downfield, and McCray will find that one for a 29-yard gain. 1st and 10 here from the 15. Payne's going to keep it on the read option, and he's going to get the 1st down and more into the end zone for the touchdown. 15 yards on the ground by Doug Payne. And Marshall is back within 2 touchdowns at 35-21. Look at this offense here by both teams. 423 total yards of offense for Georgia State and 334 yards for Marshall on the day so far. 1st down and 10 now as Georgia State takes over. Steve Smith back to pass, firing over the middle, and it's caught by Trevor Phillips, one of our new receivers here. He's a 4th-string receiver, but he is the new line of receivers after this year for Georgia State as the handoff goes to Lamont George. A nice juke by George. Gains him 28 yards and a 1st down to the 22-yard line. 1st down and 10 now. Steve Smith back to pass here. Fires, and it's caught by David Bailey inside the 10. That's good for 14 yards. 1st down and goal now. Smith back to pass here. Looking, waiting, firing to the end zone, and caught by Marcus Jackson for 8 yards. In a touchdown, his 3rd touchdown catch of the day. Smith has 4 and 309 yards passing so far on the day, and the lead is back to 21 as Marshall takes over. A nice tiptoe grab there at the sideline by Justin Roach, though, for Marshall as we take another look at this one, which went for a 1st down. He just got his feet in barely on the sideline. 2nd down and 2 now in Panther territory for Marshall. Payne back to pass, lobs it up for Howard Berry there. That one's good for 10 yards and a 1st down. They still might not be out of it if they can score here. Doug Payne back to pass here on 2nd and 10, and he's going to get hit, and the ball is going to come out, but his lineman will pick it up, and they keep possession here. 3rd and 14. Payne back to pass, looking, firing deep, and it is broken up by Chris Sullivan, and it's 4th and 14. They have to go for it, down by 21. Payne back to pass, lobs it up to the sideline, and it's caught by Dallas Carter. 20 yards on that catch. Later on, it's 2nd down and 3 for Marshall. The handoff goes to Stanley up the middle, and he will be inside the 5, a 10-yard gain on the ground for Stanley, and it's 1st and goal for Marshall. Payne now hands off to McNamara up the middle. He will go for the touchdown, and they're back within 2 touchdowns here against Georgia State. The ensuing kickoff here, Josh Everson's going to take this one out past the 10. He's out past the 20, past the 30. He's out past the 40, past midfield. Finally taken down at the 41-yard line of Marshall. And that's where we'll take over here. 2nd down and 3. Lamont George gets the handoff, and he goes forward for a 1st down. And Georgia State, over 200 yards rushing in this game alone. Handoff goes to George on 3rd and 1. He's up the middle for a gain of 10 yards and a 1st down. And that's a school record for rushing yards by Lamont George, 206. Handoff goes to Mark Culver here, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown, putting Georgia State up 49-28 with just over a minute to go here. Marshall takes over, needing 3 touchdowns. Payne back to pass on 3rd and 10, and this one's going to be picked off by Jerome Schroeder. His 2nd interception of the day will seal this game as Marshall has no timeouts left, and Georgia State, a bad defensive performance but a great offensive performance, gets them the win today against Marshall, 49-28. Taking a look at other scores around the country this week, defending national champion and number 1 ranked Michigan goes down to Arkansas 42-35 in week 1. Looking at the stats from our game today, an offensive explosion by both teams, especially Georgia State. 243 yards rushing, 313 yards passing. Lamont George, your offensive player of the day for Georgia State. 27 carries, 225 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Jerome Schroeder on defense, 2 tackles and 2 interceptions on the day. And we will now look at Georgia State's recruiting board for this year. Thomas Hendricks, the number 1 overall recruit we are looking at right now. Middle linebacker, outside linebacker, and guard are our areas of focus here for recruiting here. As you see, we have an athlete and a couple centers on the board, but mainly we are looking for defenders. We cannot give up as many yards as we did in this last game. Week 2 was a bye week for Georgia State, so our next game will be week 3 on the road, facing off against number 14 Tennessee. Both of us come in 1-0 on the season. Can Georgia State get a big win, maybe the biggest win in its career in FBS history? We will find out. Come back for that one. If you like this episode, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and we'll catch you guys in the next episode.